Yo, 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 yo. Good morning. Happy Saturday to you guys. Salute to you. What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? We back at it, man. We back at it. I hope you can hear me. Let me know in the comment section if my audio is good. I think we are good to go here. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are well. What's good? What's good? Happy Saturday morning to you, Friday night to most of you, half of you at least. Yeah, man, it's been a week, man. It's been a week. We are here. We're back at it again. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. You saw the thumbnail and you clicked on the video. On the live. So, this topic, it's got to be talked about, I guess. Real friends in Vietnam. Let's talk about it. The truth about friendship in Vietnam. This one is gonna be crazy. This one's gonna be interesting. So stick around. I got a lot that I want to talk to you guys about today. Also, also, I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of different signs, red flags about different expats who come out here. Like you can imagine, you live here, you're abroad, you want to um, start fresh in your life. You know what I mean? And so you're trying to run away from someone or some type of person that you used to be, that you were before, and yet you tend to go right back into the same habits, hanging out with the same type of people, uh, and you don't really change your life. Here in Vietnam, it could exacerbate all of that. Okay, so in this live, I'm gonna tell you tell you the type of people to get away from, and you can see coming from a mile away, and then that way you can have peace here in Vietnam. All right, so that's what we're talking about expat life, about friendships. It's easy to make friends. It's easy to make acquaintances, but to bring and build real friendship takes both parties to really approach the friendship and the relationship like mutually. All right. Uh, can you make real friends in Vietnam? Short answer, of course you can. All right. I have some that are here. I have some that that I met here years ago that have left, and so now, um, yeah, that's the thing you're going to see about this live is that it's generally transitional state. Most people are in their transitional state. It kind of sucks, you know. Uh, but anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Nice to see you guys. Where are you guys viewing from? Let me know. But let's get into it, man. But first we're gonna talk about some news, breaking news that happened here in Vietnam within this last week. So bear with me. Let me get my handy dandy PowerPoint here ready, and this is what we're gonna talk about soon. But let me remove that and let's talk about our stories. So tell me again where you're viewing from while I pull this up. And let's go like this. I think this is my first story. Uh, but we're going to talk about classes. All right. So no, let's talk about this street. So Ho Chi Minh City. So you guys know that. Let me pull this up so you can see this. So you guys know that Ho Chi Minh City is completely redoing itself. Like us backpackers who have backpacked through Vietnam in the past, they are. We used to see Beer Street, Boi Vien Street. It from its back in the day. We used to see that, and I'm talking about back in the day, 2018. I mean, it goes far, far back that um, the genuine Vietnam experience, right? Those backpacker experience. I remember those days, and those days were amazing, right? And I'm talking about 2018, excuse me, 2020, okay, 2019, 2020, okay. But those days were amazing when we had the backpacker days. Um, Even around the world, it's changed. Things have changed. The type of traveler that travels has changed. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but it's changed. And then if it's changed, so Vietnam changed, right? I've been here almost 6 years, a little under 6 years, and from when I first got here to now, I mean, man, it's night and day. It's night and day. Even here in Ho Chi Minh City, it's night and day. Why? Because it's the type of expat. It's the new type of expat that's come here, right? And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. But let me present you guys this. Let me share my screen. Bear with me. So that being said, like Vietnam's changed. It's absolutely changed from the beer street where you used to be in the old quarter in Hanoi, uh, sitting on the little red stools or like the blue stools or the yellow stools and drinking 10 cents worth of like what is it 10K beers. Yeah, those days are over. Those days are over. That to me was Vietnam. Like that to me has been lost in this post-COVID era, post-COVID time, I guess you want to say. So that being said, since COVID-19, it's basically the expats have just kind of dispersed around the city, and now they're definitely not going out as much, the expats, and it's been left since COVID to the Vietnamese. So you can imagine what the Vietnamese have done to like Boi Vien Street, which they're doing. They want to go back to the old way with Boi Vien Street because it got fucked up. I mean, I'm sorry, but it too loud music, too crazy, drugs, all that stuff was happening on Boi Vien over these last 5 years. Don't get me wrong, it's happened like that for over a decade, more than that, 20, 30 years. But they just didn't give a damn. They just did it, right? It was more underground before, then they just left it the last 5 years. So it's Boi Vien is not what Boi Vien used to be. Boi Vien used to be a place of gathering where you could actually make friends. And so um, that's what I remember about Boi Vien. Obviously, I've lived in Vietnam. I've gone through Boi Vien a million times over post COVID. And it's a shame, really. It's a shame what Boi Vien is now, right? They really need to bring it back to what it used to be. Be more inviting to backpackers as well. I know they don't want backpackers here, but that was the glue to the social scene. And it just brought a lot of new adventure for us, new friends, right? This is why I'm talking about this, right? So let's get into this. Ho Chi Minh City Ward to launch new night street next week. All right, so this was on November 25th, right? Since then, they've basically kind of launched it, and what they've done is let's read this and then let's find out what they've been up to. All right. So it says Bin Tay Ward in Ho Chi Minh City will launch its new Cho Lan Night Street on December 1st, aiming to promote local culture and tourism while creating a vibrant public space for residents and visitors. So, according to the committee, the Night Street project is expected to become a new highlight that elevates the image of the Bente market and offers a cultural gathering space for the heart and the district of Cholan. So, and it's Chinese and Vietnamese community. So, what they're trying to do more of is they're trying to build up more of the culture for us foreigners to come in and just kind of see that. Um, Again, they're trying to find the balance between the backpacker experience where you just have cheap beers, cheap everything, basically cheap food, street vendors on the streets right? Now, well, versus having everything like kind of an outlet, you know what I mean? Like a storefront. And then they wanted to get rid of like these little chairs sitting around, but they are getting rid of them as well, especially in Hanoi. I feel bad for the old quarter because the old quarter, they're just really trying to make it affluent. They're trying to make it more affluent for the Westerners, but us regular people, we want Vietnam back. We want those places, and I'm not just talking about us who've been here, but the locals. You know, they really do want that culture back because that vibrancy that the foreigners, the younger foreigners, and I'm not talking about young 20 years. I'm talking about the established traveler that wants to come through, have a good time in Vietnam, and then bounce and keep backpacking throughout Asia, Southeast Asia. So anyways, yeah, long story short, Vietnam is transforming its entertainment hubs and stuff all around because of you guys. You guys are coming. You guys are rocking out with Vietnam, which is cool. It's really nice to see the numbers are up. So, anyways, that's what's been happening for that. Let's move on to our next story, and then we'll get into our topic. So, let me find it. There you are. I see some comments there, so I'll get back to you in a minute. Let me stop sharing. All right. So our second story we're going to talk about is this Vietnam education shift, the new laws, and AI in the classrooms. So what I saw, and bear with me, I think I got rid of it. That sucks. Okay, so if you're an expat, here as a teacher, if you don't know, I'm a full-time teacher here. I teach fourth and fifth grade. I teach English, science, and math, and so that's Monday through Friday job. And so I'm in the grind. I'm actually doing this. I see it right now. So Vietnam's education shift is happening because one, all the kids are using AI to do everything, right? Like the difference between the Vietnamese kids that I'm seeing, they go on AI, they use AI, and then they just memorize it. So they'll use whatever AI they use, and then they'll just memorize it for the test, you know. And we just had tests, like semester tests, and so you could see it, right? I'm literally grading, tests like 100 over 100 tests, 120 tests, and so it's so they have to make laws in order to make sure that these kids don't use AI, like that it's full AI. It's kind of crazy. Not going to bore you too much about it, but just so you could be aware, the shift in education that's happening, behind the scenes, has affected us teachers as well as our bosses and our institutions. So yeah, shout out to the good institutions that are here in Vietnam that actually look out for their staff. And so, yeah, shout out to you guys. All right, let's move on to our next one. I have a dating related deepfakes. So there's just be aware. This is like, just a red flag for you guys. And this is just an alert. Be careful with romance scams. I know a lot of you guys are on those websites. What is it? Vietnam Cupid. Any online that you're meeting these Vietnamese women here. Just be careful because these romance scams are on a rise, like for real, for real. The funny thing, well, it's not funny, but the messed up thing about it is that you're not really talking. 9 times out of 10, you're not talking to a woman. You're talking to a man. And the Da Nang police, literally, the Da Nang police just arrested 3 South Korean nationals who were wanted by Interpol, and they were tied to scam operations. So, romance style manipulation and deception. So, yeah, be careful. All right, three South Korean foreign nationals arrested in Da Nang. All right, and I think I have a clip here. Hold on one second. Let me share it. Bear with me. Boom. All right, and here's a clip.
Vietnam City Police, in coordination with the Department of Foreign Affairs of the Ministry of Public Security, completed the procedures to hand over 3 South Korean nationals wanted internationally to the South Korean authorities. The 3 individuals are Choi Min-soo, 26 years old, Cho Jin-gu, 25 years old.
To sell their water.
Late on December 4th, the Da Nang City Police, in coordination with the Department of Foreign Affairs of the Ministry of Public Security, completed the procedures to hand over 3 South Korean nationals wanted internationally to the South Korean authorities. The 3 individuals are Choi Min-soo, 26 years old, Cho Jin-gu, 25 years old, and Sek, 28 years old. They were previously wanted by South Korean authorities for fraud and organized human trafficking, and also had red notices issued against them by Interpol for serious alleged crimes. Late on December 4th, the
All right, so there it is. I mean, be careful. There's a lot of scams going on, especially when it comes to Vietnam. I'll say this, just trust your gut when it comes to dealing with anyone online. All right. Even if someone impersonates me, verify before you do anything, send any money, send anything. Verify. All right. It's a new world that we live in, and you just got to be careful. All right. Like for real, this stuff happens, and it is a big deal. Okay. So yeah, let's keep moving on. Let's get into our topic. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. So let's get into it. I see some comments here. Let me get into it. Let's see, Chomeri. All right, hey bud, where you been, man? Long time no see. How you doing, brother? Hello from Bangkok. What's up, man? Appreciate you, man. What's up, brother? Chomeri says, Chomeri 8616 says, Thailand no longer want backpackers. They are moving toward higher spenders. Visa restriction is tougher now. Will Vietnam follow? Yeah, I don't know, man. I really do believe that Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam is keeping an eye on that stuff. To be honest, it kind of feels like they're doing something similar. I don't know. I can't really say, but I just don't know. I don't think so. I think Vietnam understands where they're headed, and what their growth and projection is. They have a 2035 plan. So I don't think. I mean, yes, every country wants high spenders, right? Every country wants high spenders, but Thailand is a unique situation because all of us went there just for drunken debauchery shit. You know what I mean? And so when you think of Thailand, you think of, let's get busy, So that's it. That's it. Vietnam, you don't necessarily think about it like that. Some do, some don't, but you don't really think about it like that. You know what I mean? For me, I move in the shadows, man. So, especially when I was a backpacker, I wasn't, I didn't put my business out there, So I'm a pretty private person, you know what I mean? Even though I'm on YouTube, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, I do enjoy my privacy, Yeah, thanks for hopefully Vietnam is not. They're keeping an eye on it, but I think, with Thailand, they were so far over on this side that now they're just trying to get a little bit over to the middle. So that's my interpretation of this, getting all the riffraffs, and then who knows, the riffraffs might be coming over here. So we'll see, man. I mean, a lot of people are coming to Vietnam right now, and they're making their "I'm living here" type thing. So the one thing is the Vietnamese people don't put up with that bullshit for real. So you either I'll leave it at that. All right, thanks for the comment, appreciate it. Let's see, Young Fresh Global Travel, what's up, brother? Thanks for the comment, man. It says, I like Vietnam. I was just in Ho Chi Minh, but to be honest, no one there speaks English or spoke English. It was hard for people to understand me. I then went to the Philippines as usual and no issues. Yeah, yeah. No, this is why I appreciate the comment, bro. This is why I talk about this stuff. I've talked about the language barrier. It's a real deal here. It really is. It can be frustrating. You know, I've talked to many subscribers just this week. I've talked to friends just this week that have been here, are here, and are struggling with the language barrier. So it's really imperative that you get someone who's cross-lingual with English and Vietnamese, right? So I'm gonna be talking about this language barrier thing a little bit more coming in the near future. So it's a big deal. I mean, I feel you, man. I mean, it makes or break your trip. I'm gonna be honest, and I do understand why a lot of you guys just stay in the tourist areas or go to live in the expat districts. I understand it, you know, but yeah, I love it. I love the language barrier because I've been here long enough. I understand it, and I understand Vietnamese people for the most part, right? I'm still an outsider, but I've been around them long enough to understand how they move for the most part, and I'm still learning, you know. So yeah, it takes some time, bro. It really does. It really does take some time. Thanks for the comment, dog. People in Vietnam were very nice, but the lack of English is challenging. Yeah, just just like I said, for sure. Yeah. Welcome to Asia, man. I mean, I get it. It's different, but Vietnam is on a different level, for real. It's not just a few people, and you can't really just fake the language. You know, you can kind of the common words you can get away with, but like if you trying to put together a sentence, yeah, good luck, you know. And that I speak that to myself. Yeah, I deal with it every day, man. I mean, I live here, so yeah. Yeah, sorry you had a challenging time, man. But come back, give Vietnam a chance, another chance, and I get it. The Philippines is cool, it's easy, but life is good when it's challenging you. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate the comment, my boy. Uh, AVL 69 says, "What's up, KT? What's up, AVL? How you doing, bro? Hope all is well. Happy holidays, brother." Thanks for the comment, ABL. Cho Mary says, "Real friends. How many of them? How many of them? Not too many of them. I know. I get it. We're about to find out right now. Thanks, Cho Mary. Appreciate you." Boobly. K Dog says, "Hi, KT. I'm leaving to Da Nang soon. Hope it goes well." Yeah, what's up, brother? Yeah, he's definitely hope it goes well for you as well. You know how I feel. So appreciate the comment, brother. Appreciate the comment. Cho Mary says, in the past, people said Thailand just wants more tourists, but now they are denying people for entering. Yep, yeah. I've seen those videos. The Forever Visa run is officially over, and it shocked people. Some moved to Vietnam. Yeah. A lot of people moved to Vietnam, man. I mean, for real, a lot of people moved to Vietnam. Um, yeah, you guys see them. You see all these people making videos now. I look at my feed and I'm like, who are these people? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? So I mean, like dozens of different creators here now. So much, it's so different from just a year and a half ago when I was like the only one. It's crazy. So, anyways, thanks, man. Appreciate it. ABL says, ABL69 says, I actually went to Thailand to learn about Buddhism up in Chiang Rai. Had an eye-opening experience. Yeah, I've heard that place is magical, yo. But yeah, I've heard that's super magical. Anyways, yeah, thanks for the comment, man. Appreciate it. Cho Mary says, KT, talking about language barrier, how is your Vietnamese, brother? I do study Thai daily on my way to reach intermediate level. So I know Vietnamese words. I can't put together a sentence, no, but I can get around. I can use everyday language. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, I'm not fluent by any means, and nor intermediate. So yeah. Thanks for the comment, brother. Appreciate it. And yeah, good on you for doing Thai daily. That's cool, man. Excellent. Cho Mary says, I don't understand long-term expat. You don't make the effort to speak the local language. It's not that we don't want to speak the local language. It's just that when you're teaching English and all the Vietnamese want to speak English with you, it's kind of difficult. You can say whatever you want. For me, I just didn't prioritize it. So I'll keep it a buck. For me now, because I'm about to marry into Vietnamese family, yeah, I'm gonna start studying. So other than that, I got a lot on my plate here, so I just don't have time for that. All right. Uh, thanks for the comment, bro. To each his own. To each his own. You do it. Don't criticize us. Okay. Um, Young Fresh Global Travel says, I want to be clear. The food in Vietnam is way better, more healthier, in my opinion, and more affordable. I don't want to discourage anyone. I love Vietnam. Yeah, all good. Yeah, no, Vietnam is cool. I mean, obviously, 'cause I live here, but yeah, I mean, I always say this, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. All right. Appreciate the comment. I want to get into this is my last one I got. So, Young Fresh Global Travel says, I appreciate you always wanting to help us out, though. You give great advice. Me and my wife, we always watch you and appreciate your advice. She is from the Philippines. Love. Yeah. Hey, man, if you have I appreciate the love first, but if you have a beautiful wife and from the Philippines, then, I get it, bro, so salute to you and your wife. And yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys watching and rocking with me, man. Appreciate it. I try my best. I try my best to give you guys real solutions to Vietnam. Um, I'm not about the hoopla. I don't care about all that fluff. I just try to give you my experience and other experiences. And if I don't have the answer, I'll get it. Simple as that. And I've built a network here that they can help you guys. So, yeah, much love to you, man. Really appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I will come back to you. Let's get into this. So, real friends, let's talk about it. Why friendships feel different in Vietnam. So, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's a transitional place when you're an expat. If you've ever lived abroad, you guys understand the loneliness. You understand where we're going. Where I'm going with this is that just because you left your home country doesn't mean that, how often did you see your friends back home? My friends were spread out, even back home, right? So we lived in different states, we lived in different counties, we saw each other all the time. The ones that were with me in San Diego, they were busy. We were all busy. We were running companies. We were so damn busy. We couldn't do shit. So we'd see each other like once or twice every couple weeks, right? At least once a month. You know what I mean? And so we get together, and that's kind of how it is here, right? I get it. I get it. I tend to want to be around people who are busy people so that we could see each other, and it means something, like if we have something in common. So that's my style. That's my style. I'm all about business. I'm all about building networking with people and seeing what I can do behind the scenes to help you grow your business, your brand, your whatever. That's what I like to do. I don't know what you guys like to do, but what I like to do is just help people. I grew up at an early stage. My mom really instilled in me helping people, right? Helping people before yourself. That's what my foundation was in. And so, yeah, sometimes I could have been a people pleaser when I was younger. Now, not so much. I'm unapologetic about the things that I do because I do stand on principle, you know. Um, and my mom also raised me and my sisters to really take a step back and watch people, see how people move, because you don't want to give your energy off to the wrong people. All right. So in Vietnam, there's being that it's a transitional place, whether you have tourists, you have short-term teachers, because there's people coming in and out of Vietnam all the time that they live here, but then they're just like, damn, Vietnam is way too much for me, and it can be chaotic, the way they do things here, it's kind of crazy, right? But as you live here longer and you live here long enough, you understand why they do it, and then you kind of have a little bit more sympathy, right? And then you just try to be like, you try to save everybody, like, hey man, you don't have to like throw the garbage on the ground, you could put it in the trash can right there, you know. so so then you start doing shit like that, and then when you start doing shit like that, that's when you actually really care about the country, and it's it's one thing to be a tourist and you just see this, but it's to live it. It's like you start helping out and you start picking up stuff, and then they watch you do it, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, right." So when you have so much turmoil and transitions and all these people coming in and out, it's kind of like you have to start over and over and over and over again with different people, right? So when that happens, you kind of just have temporary bonds with people. It's not on purpose. It's just it happens, right? And then the ones that actually do stay here, we're all so busy either working, we're resting, or we're doing our side hustles that you really don't have that opportunity to meet up with each other because it's a conflict of your schedules, yada yada yada, right? That's a real thing. The cool thing about Vietnam is that there's always time, right? Because we have a siesta, so you can always meet up every day. Like that's the cool thing, because between 11:30 and 1:30, basically every day is a siesta time. So we take naps, right? I don't take naps, but when I do get a chance to take naps, I absolutely take naps. I'm an advocate for naps, straight up. So once you get here, that's what rejuvenates your mind, your body, and then you go back out there in the chaos, right? Then you're like, again, but it's cool. Um, Again, there's culture differences obviously between Vietnamese and foreigners, but then you don't take into account that there are other expats that are from around the world that you have to take into account their culture as well. So it's just a cluster, right? People people tend to hang out with other people who are like them, first by country and by just where they by culture, by where they can relate to the most, and then second, they like a interest, like going to the movies, sports, whatever. They do that. They more gravitate to those kind of people, right? For me, growing up, yeah, as a kid, I was always just an everyone kind of guy. I always kind of got along with this people, kind of got along with those people, and kind of got along with like the jocks, the nerds, the geeks, the clowns, you know what I mean? Just kind of everyone. I knew just kind of everybody growing up, and that's kind of I guess transitioned into my adult life as well, is where I know people by name. I remember people. I remember their faces. But I practiced that at a young age, and it transitioned into my adult life, which was cool. And that builds bonds as well, right? Just referring to someone's name, right? Um, in our brain, it's like, oh, you remember my name, man. Just the other day, the side note, just the other day, um, I went to dinner with my lady just on this food street, and the parking guy. We went there probably a week before. I introduced myself to him. I said, "What up, brother? How you doing?" And he's like, "Good." He told me his name. I said, "What's your name, bro?" He said, told me his name, and then I told him my name, and then I tipped him. So then I left, came back. I tipped him like 50,000 USD, 50,000 VND, and yeah, 50,000 USD. He'd be like, "Kevin, my man." But for 50K, for 50,000 VND, so the next week we went back to a different spot, but it was just a few doors down from the place we went, because it's like a food street. And so the first thing he said was, "Hey Kevin, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Kevin?" And I'm like, "Huh?" And then in my mind, I was like, "That's cool as fuck." You know what I mean? But at a young age, I was growing up doing that. I grew up doing that. And so if you can do that and you actually remember people's names, you're going to be beloved instead of just liked. You feel me? So, anyways, expat circles honestly can be intense here, right? Because people are so lonely, you know, and so they just want to hang out with you, hang out with you. Come on, let's hang out with you. And I remember one advice I got was from someone here, was like probably 4 years ago. He said, you can't be friends with everybody. I mean, I get that, but here in particular, you can't be friends with everybody. All right, pick pick a few, right, and then be friends. All right, but take it slow. All right. So if you've ever lived abroad, tell me in the comment section, in the chat, what's your biggest struggle living abroad? Like is it like meeting people, trusting people, or like keeping long-term friends? What is your biggest struggle? Meeting people, trusting people, or keeping long-term friends? Let me know in the comment section, all right? Um, I would definitely answer trusting people. For me, I can meet people all day long. No problems with that. Trusting people, that's a bigger deal, just because a lot of people, um, especially here, don't have the best intentions, you know. And again, you don't know. My intention is to be married. My intention is to have a family. My intention is to build a legacy and a brand here in Vietnam, and build a life here, right? That I could be proud of. That's what I want. And so I want people who align with that. Okay, and I know you guys have different goals as well, but those are mine. Those are some of mine. And so if I could meet people like that, which I am and which I have, and I'm nurturing those relationships, and those are the relationships that you should be building. Find people like you, right? If you if you like pickleball, go hang out with someone with pickleball. All right. So let me get to the next one. Let's go to the next one here. And let me tell you the 5 expat friend types that you should avoid here in Vietnam. All right. I see some comments, so I'll get to you guys in a minute. Let me get into this one. So, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna break it down for you. Oh, I need to give you guys. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys weren't watching this. My bad. Uh, sorry. So here's that. So what's your biggest struggle? All right. Let's go like this. Okay, so here are 5 expat friend types that I would avoid. All right, but again, uh, here in Vietnam, number one, I would say, is your party buddy. We all know who that is, right? You have a party buddy, you guys kicking it, y'all just hanging out. They only call you like they only call you at night. They only want to smoke with you. They only want to just drink your alcohol, right? It's never like a daytime activity to go hang out. Let's have some coffee, and you really don't really talk about real life. You know what I mean? So we all start. Most of us start here, especially us men. Okay, we get to Vietnam, we see the fine little honeys. We tend to, if you do drink, I don't drink anymore, but I did drink back then. I tend to go to the bar, you know what I mean, see something, and then you go and do your thing. Let's just put it that way. You start meeting buddies like that, right? It's hard sometimes for expat men in particular, some women as well. It's hard for them to let go of this life. Once you transition, after a couple years living here, it's like, that's old. No, let's move on and and that's generally how it happens for a lot of us expats over 5 years, that we're like, it was fun the first few years, the first 2 years, it was fun. Shit, it was fun. Okay. If you remain single as a single man, it's amazing here. Like, once you transition from the tourist to like the expat, like I'm here long term type deal, you start getting some tail that you wouldn't have gotten if you were a tourist. You know what I mean? So, um, party buddy only, man. They don't want to hang out with you, right? They're in their despair, right? Don't spiral out of control with this type of person. All right. Don't kick it with the buddy. Um, or number two, the trauma twin. Man, we all know a couple, one or two people who are, you know, poor me, poor me, poor me type deal. And they do, this type of person comes here, been here for maybe a year, 2 years, and can't stop complaining about Vietnam, about their life, always have drama stories. They always feel worse after, you always feel worse after hanging out with them, right? They always suck your energy. Like, you don't want to be around these type of people. A lot of Vietnam expats, they get into this. They're kind of like a closet twin. Excuse me. I'm trying to say five things at once. Let me slow down here and tell you, okay? So these trauma twins, they tend to sneak up on you. All right. You're telling them your business. They're kind of like the party buddy, but then they just everything they're just, hey man, it's all good, let's hang out, it's cool, you know what I mean, let's go let's go off and just have a drink and talk, and then it's just them. Just be careful about these people, because eventually, and if they're not already, they're going to be talking about you. All right, so be careful about these people, right? Number three, the user. All right, Mr. Favors, Miss Favors, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can I get a loan? What about some translation? What about some introductions? Introduce me to someone, brother. Help me out, man. Come on. Always needs something, right? Nobody knows that type of person, right? Nobody knows that type of person, right? Yeah, be careful. These people, a lot of these expats here, some of these expats, excuse me, some of these expats here are these type of people, right? Get paid big bucks here. Teachers here, we get paid decent. All right, we get paid pretty decent here. Comparing, the salaries here, we get paid pretty well. Okay, compared to the salaries here. So if I see people here, and everyone needs help every once in a while. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I'm all about helping someone, even if they need, a couple million. My philosophy is like this, and don't be trying this, but my philosophy is like this. If I'm willing to give it to you, I don't expect it back. But if I ask for it back, I kind of still in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm cool if it doesn't even come back. You know what I mean? But you do have to set your boundaries, with people, especially when it comes to money, because money can really ruin your good friendship, but it'll also reveal your true intentions, right? It's cool to borrow money from your friends. It's cool as long as you pay it back, you know, and that's when you see people's integrity. You know what I mean? And sometimes it sucks, man. When people don't give you your money back, bro. I've had it happen. So yeah, it sucks. But take it from me, just stay away from these type of people. Again, it's cool to loan your friends some money, but understand their history first, meaning their history with you, with other people, and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Before you tend to give money, ask around. You know what I mean? If your gut is telling you something, then don't do it. All right. Number four, the secret hater. Uh-oh. Now I might get some people I might get some people pissed off about this one. The secret hater, man. None of y'all out there are secret haters on me, right? Okay. I'm just asking, bro. You know, we all have secret haters. Okay. That's part of life. I wish they'd raise their hand and say, yeah, I said that shit. Be like, cool. Because I'm not here to cause violence against anyone or anyone against me, right? You can, to me, everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? Whether their opinion's right or wrong, that's up to interpretation. But why be a secret hater? Why even be a hater at all? There's so much out here that you could get. There's so much out here. I mean, y'all, the reason why I stayed in Vietnam is because there is so much opportunity here for us. For us, if you have your shit together and you have a few dollars behind you, um, or you can get money somewhere, there's opportunities here, man. Like if you are a good example, expat, foreigner, whatever you want to say, if you're a good example of that, you're going these doors will open up to you. Like seriously. So it's about um, congratulating each other when we win, supporting each other. You know, like I'm not a hater, like whatsoever, on anybody's success or any of that shit. Because what's mine is mine, and what's for me is for me, right? But it's not about working harder. It's not about working. Go get your shit. You go get you, right? Haters, I just don't have time for that. You know what I mean? Because what you put in your energy, some of your friends right now, are number four. Some of them right now. Some of my friends right now. It's the nature of the beast, man. Everybody's trying to eat. Everyone's trying to eat, man. So I just never put energy into those type of people. But the reason why I put it as secret, because the secret haters are the worst ones. They're the ones that are in your face right now. Right now. In my face right now. In our face. Okay. What you could do best about that is once you find out those secret haters here in Vietnam, just quietly move away. Simple as that. All right. And the last one of the five expats, friends that you should avoid is the burnout. This guy or girl is the one that just absolutely been here 3 years, loves to hate Vietnam, hates the locals, hates other expats, talks shit about everybody. All right, these are the people who you're like, yeah, how come you're still here? You know, don't get me wrong, Vietnam can absolutely be a frustrating experience at times. It can definitely be a frustrating experience. However, if you can get over and get through those blocks, it's beautiful on the other side. Because when you have some wins, and then Vietnam gives you big wins, meaning a big win for me would be making random Vietnamese person smile and see my happy face. Seriously, like that's a big win for me, because what it does is, in their minds, I left them with a positive impression of not only a foreigner, but a black and brown foreigner, right? So it pays it forward, right? Now, for me, that's gold, right? And when you get those experiences and they smile back at you, that's cool, man. That's cool, because they've never seen, like, every day I have children run up to me while I'm walking around in the schools, and they high five me, teacher, where are you from? Like I'm talking about dozen kids every day, every class, every school, right? I have 40 kids that are like, yo, I'm stoked to have this dude here, right? Every day. It's cool, man. It really when you become when you settle in here, you start to understand that you're giving them an opportunity to see something different, and giving them an opportunity to see a different culture that they would never see. Like, you don't understand. If you didn't come here and there were no foreigners, they would never see us, because 90% of this, 80, let's say 70% of Vietnamese will never get out of Vietnam, ever. So when you come through and you see them, you're going to be probably the first time they've ever interacted with a foreigner or even tried to talk English. So that's a little nugget. I know I got a little off course. That's a little nugget for you guys. All right. That's what I experience every day. All right. So if you're the type of burnout expat that is just over Vietnam, then you should just get out. You should just go find some other place that will bring you back to Zen, right? Because I'm hearing a lot of expats that are like the burnout now, because they're over it, man. It's a tough place. It's a tough place. The language barrier, like we talked about earlier, can be very challenging, right? If just for um, the Grab, right? You order Grab, you're waiting for them, they can't find you, you get on the phone, and they're like, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, shit, I can't speak this language. I don't know what, um, uh, uh, fuck. You know what I mean? Am I the only one who's done that? Tell me in the comments, right? So it can be frustrating, and people don't really understand how frustrating that can be when you're in a foreign country, a foreign city, and you have no idea where the hell you are. That's jarring for people. And you can't understand the language. So that being said, I understand the frustrations. I deal with it a lot every day. And so, to just try not to be the burnout. Try not to be any of these people on this list, to be honest. Stay focused on yourself. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, let me get to some of your comments, and then we'll get into segment number 3. Bear with me. Let me see where I stopped. Chomeri says, KT, I understand you're a busy guy. It wasn't a critique. No, it's all good. I know you're doing your best. Yeah, yeah, no, all good, bro. No, um, it to each his own, man. I mean, to be honest, could I have learned Vietnamese? Of course. But that wasn't necessarily my focus. And just keep it a bean. That just wasn't my focus, and it was a very difficult language. Like for me, I'm more fluent in Spanish. I used to be very fluent in Spanish because I used to live in Mexico, so I was speaking it on a daily basis. And that's what I mean here. Um, you can't even fake like practice Vietnamese. I mean, you can, but to get excellent at Vietnamese, it really takes study. You just have to study the tonal, how you put it, how you make the sound, the up, the down, the neutral. Then it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'll get there. Yeah, I'll get there, man. I want to talk to my future family-in-laws. I want to be able to be more fluent in business with the Vietnamese. So yeah, I have goals. You know what I mean? I have some goals here, and that's actually one of the goals that are going to be in 2026. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear it this next year, and see me practicing, man. But yeah, nah, it's all good, bro. All good. I appreciate you, my brother. Young Fresh Global Travel said you should do call-ins. Yeah, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to come on. I have a Q&A coming up. So as soon as I'm done, the next maybe 25 minutes or so, you guys will be able to be on this live. So if you hang out with me, I'll bring you up, no problem. But call-ins, yeah. I know I'm from the 80s, but I think we could get you on a video here. I know how to do that. Call-ins, the shit that reminds me of the 90s, bro. But yeah, appreciate you, Young Fresh. Cho Mary says, "How Vietnam changed your definition of friendship? How has it? Um, it really hasn't. It really hasn't. Because I mean, I have principles. I have a lot of principles of a foundation of what a friendship is. And I just believe that you get as much as you put out there. You know what I mean? And so I make a ton of acquaintances. I know a ton of people here, like a ton. And that's just because I talk to people. A lot of people don't talk to people. People are like, hi. People don't even say hi anymore, right? Like I go out of my way to talk to people and then actually like get to know people, like everybody. But there's just a lot of people. You know what I mean? So I build every day. I build every day on a friendship, especially with the teachers that I'm with, that I work with. It keeps you sharp, it keeps you sharp. But my definition, I honestly, of friendship here has not changed one bit. Um, Again, what's for you is for you, and whoever's attracted to you will come to you. And so I don't really try too hard to make friends. Whoever is attracted to me, we make friends. Um, but friendship and acquaintance are completely two different things for me. So no, I've definitely stayed true to what I believe in as far as friendship. Appreciate that, Cho Mary. Cho Mary also says, in Bangkok, when you meet people, expats or locals, often the first question is, what do you do for a living, to size you up? Not a genuine question. Yeah, 100%. And in Vietnam, it's kind of similar, but I mean, it is similar. But they're definitely trying to size your ass up too. Let's keep it a buck. Um, they yeah, definitely it's different. I mean, in the States, we asked that same question, just to see, but it's not going to be the first question. You know what I mean? Here, a Vietnamese older auntie is probably going to ask you, and you'll probably get more, where are you from first here, and probably are you married? Do you have any children? That kind of stuff first before, and then it's gonna be like, oh yeah, what do you do? Yeah, but that's just kind of like a cherry on the top. You'll be like, oh yeah, I'm a millionaire. They'll be like, huh? Because millions here is like $40. You know what I mean? So yeah, uh, definitely that's definitely a worldwide thing. I think just sizing it up. But again, it just depends on the person, right? I would never ask somebody, hey man, what do you do, right? And for me to size them up, I guess we instinctually just do it. I guess, I guess that's human nature. It's like, what do you do? I'm a YouTuber. They'll be like, okay, and then you just have all these ideas of what you think that a person does, what they make or whatever. So yeah, I guess that does that's just a person thing. So yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate it. um, Joe Mary says, KT, what's the relationship between Viet content creators? What's the relationships? Are you asking me about like foreigner content creators and Viet content creators coming together, or do I know any information, or do I know any tea about Viet content creators? Clarify for me real quick, and we'll go from there. I'll start that. Okay, yo, cool. Cho Mary says, KT, my biggest struggle is trusting people. Too many scams between expats in Thailand. They smile on your face, stab you in the back. I only have 2 friends in Bangkok. I ride solo, bro. Yeah, I mean that's basically kind of how I rock as well. I mean, I tend to I learned to rock solo and have few people rock with me. So yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. After high school, after college, all that shit, like after having all your friends like right there, you're like those were the days. You feel me? Like those were the days when you could um, when you just had everyone there. Everybody was going to school. Everybody had the same mindset. Like if I could have those kind of friendships um, in business, shit, we're all thinking we got like 20 different people all on the same track, just fucking going after it. Yeah, like you used to back in the day. Yeah, for sure. As you got older, post college and all that shit, yeah, my mom used to tell me when I was younger, boy, she used to say, boy, I got this many friends on one hand. I used to be like, and this was when I was like 8, like 7. And I remember thinking, damn, you ain't got no friends. I was like, you don't have no friends, mama, and then she was like, and then I told her that. I said, no, you don't have many friends. And she told me, she said, boy, when you get older, you're gonna realize you can count how, you know, the amount on your one hand, your true friends, your real friends. They're gonna be right here under this. And I was like, nah, it's never gonna happen. I'm Mr. Popular, right? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, okay, all right, okay, all right, all right. But yeah, I feel you, man. Like, it's like for me, I have right now, I would say some good friends that I could just call up and be like, what up, bro? Probably like 5 here, which I mean, for me, that's like a lot, you know, that's like a lot. Now, pouring into them, it's a struggle, on a daily basis because um, we work, but we do hit each other every week, so that's cool. That's cool. Having boys that I could depend on is new. That's new. But again, that's always in process. right? You got to sprinkle on some water, man. You got to grow it. You got to grow it. So, yeah. Appreciate that, Chomeri, man. Appreciate that. Young Fresh Global Travel says, my biggest issue is finding friends in Asia. Yeah, that's also a thing as well. You know, where are you meeting people at? Um, like, yeah, I mean, finding friends in Asia, I guess for me here, it's funny because I didn't see a ton of black folk at all here. Like Americans, I didn't see not near none of them before 2 years, before a year and a half ago. Literally, before a year ago, 6 months ago, the influx of black Americans to Da Nang, influx of black Americans everywhere. I'd like to think I had a little bit to do with that. You're welcome. But um, yeah, it's nice to see us here. It really is. Now we need to come together. We've been saying this since 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. We need to come together, black folk. That's all I'm saying. I like seeing you black folks here on my channel. I like seeing it. You guys are great. Yeah, uh, brother, you got me, bro. Come to Vietnam, meet me. I got you, man. You know I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. So when you get here, hit me up, brother. For real. You got a friend in me. I appreciate the comment, man. Chomeri says, I feel you. I'm addicted to coffee. AVL says, AVL69 says, I'm addicted to coffee. Yeah, if you can see this, yeah, there's coffee right there. I stay with the Vietnamese coffee. The Vietnamese coffee is the shit. Be like, ooh. So yeah, Vietnamese coffee, fire. Thanks, AVL. Appreciate you. AVL says, this is great advice. The archetypes will drain you if you are not careful, for sure. And on that note, I'm gonna come back to y'all. I'm gonna come back to you guys. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep this thing rolling. Where we at? Okay, so now let's get into. Let's move this guy over because, yeah. So again, here's some stuff for y'all. We can come back. Boom. All right. So let me put you guys up on game a little bit, give you a little bit of, I don't know, when you're thinking about meeting somebody and they're cool. You're like, dude, this dude is cool, this girl's cool. Um, Let me see if and I'm talking about if a girl, guy. Okay. So because there are some females who watch my channel. Okay, just a few of y'all out there. But thanks for watching. But you check them out. We all size people up differently, but here's a little thing I put together for you guys. All right. So again, these are 2 points each. All right. So this is your friend filter. Okay. So you can see that the interpretation is going to be from 0 to 3. It means keep your distance. So obviously, the lower the score, you don't need that friend. Okay. The higher the score, they're ride or dies. Okay. So 4 to 6, they score 4 to 6. They're a casual friend. 7 to 10 is an inner circle. All right. Again, these categories are worth 2 points each. So if you are in your mind, a friend, you're like, okay, that's 2 points. So that's 1 point. That's okay. So 2 points each. So if you have a friend or a person and you want to size them up, these are some of the categories I came up with. So does this friend show up outside bars and nightlife? Give them a 0 if they don't, 2 points if they do. Okay. Respect your boundaries and time. Add stability, not chaos. Want you to win, not compete. Tell the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Obviously, there's more, there's different, but these are just things that I came up with off the fly. Okay. And so, when you meet somebody, you know, again, these are my criterias of like some of my criterias of like, hey man, as you get older, you want more boundaries with people that you allow come in your space. And so I'm all about um, I'm all about rocking with people who are trying to do better things in their life, right? I like people who are hungry, right? I stay hungry, um, and it's like even here, you have to know when to strike and when not to strike. And so here, uh, that means you have to just gauge people. Other expats, you just have to gauge them, right? Because you don't know. Everyone comes from different countries. Everyone comes from different areas from your same country, and anybody could be anybody. So just you know, just gauge them a little bit. All right, moving on. So you asked me, KT, where the hell can I meet people that are actually good, man? That are actually like straight. Like if you met me, like I'm talking to you right now. If you met me in real life, you would understand that what you see here is real, 100% real. I'm more animated out there, out in real life. I like to have fun. I like to, I understand what life's about, but for the most part, you get what you see here for the most part. Okay. So where can you meet new, better people? Straight up, you can meet people at gyms. You can meet people doing what you love to do. Martial arts classes here are huge. MMA groups, basically like-minded ideas. Your hobbies. You can go on hikes. There's hiking clubs here. There's football. NFL, and there's a ton of NFL fans here. But all the games we usually like to celebrate online because the games are at like midnight, 1 o'clock, excuse me, midnight, 4 a.m., and like 6 a.m. So we're not going to do the things we do back home for NFL, but for like football, like soccer, but football, that's huge. I mean, obviously, there's a million different fans here in Vietnam. And shout out to Vietnam for winning the the championship, the Asia Cup. So let's go Vietnam, let's go. Uh, Good game, Thailand. But shout out to you, Vietnam. But you can also meet people like the thing is just be careful who you meet at these gyms because some weirdos out here, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's a bunch of fucking weirdos here. Just gonna keep it a buck. Sorry. I told you I'd piss some people off, but yeah. Um, I guess we're all weirdos in our own way, but there's some serious weirdos here for real. You can go skill based. You can meet people at language centers, language exchanges, photography walks, coding meetups. There's tons. Gaming, if you're a gamer, there's millions of gamers. Especially that would be cool if you're trying to meet local guys, because that's all the fuck they do here is game. You can volunteer. You can do some cleanups, charity events, right? If you're a professional, go to co-working spaces. That's big, and networking events. Okay, so again, I like networking. I like doing co-working spaces, but again, we just got an office, so I don't need to go to a co-working space. Not right now, but if I were you, I would absolutely check out some of these things. And really, if you're really struggling to find friends, check out some of these groups. and go on Facebook, check, find out. I know it's difficult finding real, like genuine, actual people on Facebook, but they exist. They definitely exist. So check them out. Here, the cool thing I like about being an expat here is that expats, when you leave your home country, there's a lot less pressure on you, and you can just kind of fucking relax, man. And you can genuinely get like the genuineness of people, the realness of people abroad. Now, genuinely, that's not that's not always true, but for the most part, when people leave their country, they tend to like fucking relax, because all that pressure and stress is off you. So when you actually are able to get the real deal person, it's going to be more of a genuine connection. So if you're a weirdo and I'm a weirdo, let's go be weirdos together. You know what I'm saying? But if you are cool and you're cool, let's be cool together. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would find. So I don't know. Those are the places that you could go. Go and check out. Yoga is huge here in Vietnam. It's cheap too. So, yeah, there's that. Bear with me. Let's keep it moving. So, uh, I know I'm talking a lot about expat relationships and friendships and stuff, but how is it meeting Vietnamese people? You know, and I had to put in there without being weird, okay? Because luckily for you guys, Vietnamese people do want to meet foreigners. Not all do. Not all want to have a friendship with a foreigner. Um, they want to take their picture with you, but then they want to be like, fuck off, All right. If you want to interact with the locals, then you can. All right. Now, are they going to be best friends with you? Fuck no. Okay. Unless you put in the work, you live in Vietnam, you learn the language, of course. And again, I don't. I have Vietnamese friends and I have Vietnamese acquaintances. So, but the difference is those guys at least speak some English, if not pretty good English. So that's the difference. The Some of the Vietnamese guys I know, acquaintances, they don't speak English very well. So, and there's a lot of them, right? There's a few Vietnamese guys that I consider friends that actually speak English. So there's that. Okay. And then meeting Vietnamese men is not a thing really, and a lot of those guys I know from like previous jobs that I worked at, whether I met them on the street. Yeah, I mean they come from all over the place here in Vietnam, but for the most part, for a foreign man to meet another Vietnamese man, it's gonna be, to keep them as real friends, it's gonna be very difficult, but not impossible. They first have to speak English, right? Or at least some English, right? I mean, that's off the bat. And most Vietnamese men don't speak English. So a lot don't. A lot don't. Majority don't. Just be consistent, man. Just be consistent. Hang out here, hang out around the areas. Do what Vietnamese people do. Do what with if you want. You can be a friend with a Vietnamese woman. I know you can. I know a lot of people say in the West you can't be friends with Vietnamese women. That's not true because they're conservative here, right? They generally won't step over the line because of that saving face. They won't, even if they want to be your friend, they don't really show it out in public. If you understand what I mean, a Vietnamese woman to a foreign guy. Okay, unless you've worked with them, unless you've built that rapport, they won't. No Vietnamese woman will show you like that we're friends unless like you're cool like that. You know what I mean? But it's not because of you. It's for the people. just be consistent. Like I said, if you want to be friends with them, show up early, show up early, even though they'll probably show up late, but they're pretty good about time as well. Usually people in the city are pretty good about time. All right. Vietnamese people are really pretty good about time. I'm not gonna lie. It just when you're working, when you're working with the working Vietnamese ones, the professional Vietnamese, they tend to be a little late. Okay. Um, when you tend to are friends with Vietnamese people and you want to be friends with them, just keep it real simple, right? Go to coffee, go to lunch, or some sort of shared activities. Especially like if you're a friend with like I'll speak for me. If I have other Vietnamese girls that I'm friends with, right? And then I have other Vietnamese friends, girls that I have acquaintances with, right? And then vice versa with men. And so Vietnamese men. So if I have shared saves with my girl, she has her friends, which they're acquaintances for me. And so my friends are acquaintances with my girl, if she even knows any of them at all, right? And so she does know, but what I'm saying is some of them are abroad. So for me, I wouldn't ever hang out with her friends without her. So if you have shared activities, vice versa, she would never hang out with my friends without me. They do it like that. If you have shared activities, like they come in groups, they come with groups. So you'll do group stuff, right? If you're a simple coffee, simple lunch is cool. Shared activities, if you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, foreign man, Vietnamese woman, you're going to generally hang out with other couples. If you're a single foreign man, clearly you're going to be with other singles. So just FYI. Um, True. Number two is like, do not use people as translators on these tour guides or just in general. Vietnamese people don't want to just be translating all the time. I don't see when it comes to our matters, like our personal matters, me and my lady, she takes care of that stuff, obviously. When it comes to my like daily me getting around, I handle that, right? Regardless of whether I speak Vietnamese or not, I do understand more Vietnamese than I can speak. So I know what they would say if they like if I can pick up on a few different words, I know what they're saying, right? What they're asking me. So I've kind of gotten a decent ear about how to decipher the Vietnamese language. But when they're like, fuck it, I'm dead. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't use them as translators. You wouldn't want them to use you as a translator. Hey man, what does this say? What does this say? What does this say? What does this say? What are they saying? What are they doing? You know, it gets frustrating when you can't speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And again, um, I will speak the very last one. Be reliable. I was gonna say something else, but I'll just say this. Be reliable. Make sure that you hold true to your word. Even if Vietnamese don't hold true to their word, it's important that you hold true to your word because there is a double standard here. This is Vietnam. This is their country. So they can do things that we can't do. So as long as you hold true to your word and you come to them with friendship and um, in good faith, then they will reciprocate it back to you as well. All right. So yeah, if you want to talk to Vietnamese people, keep it very, very, very basic. Okay. I have to give you that. Okay. They want to learn English. However, keep it very basic. All right. Such as, here's some conversation starters on the bottom right here. Let me just, that I brought up. How long have you lived in this area? Right. How long have you lived here? Right. What do you recommend that I try? Right? I would say something like, um, speak, if you can speak broken Viet-ish, that's Vietnamese and English that I made up. That's my term I made up. Vietish. Then you could definitely be like, I would say like, uh, what should I try? Right? I would say like, can you recommend something? You know, that's how I would talk to them. Um, because they will understand that. Uh, Crazy as it sounds, they do. All right. And then what do you like to do on the weekends type stuff, right? If what you'll see is if Vietnamese actually are trying to practice English, they'll come to you. If they're not, then you have to go to them. Okay. Younger generation is definitely going to be more eager to speak English with you. If you are looking for a younger, 20 something, I would, and you're an older guy, I would absolutely tell you go for it. You're going to have a better opportunity to have a better experience than when you're going with an older woman. That's just a little nugget, okay? Because they won't know English, okay? So yeah, you get it here first. All right. Let me go to these comments here. Let me go back. Let's go here. AVL says no. Okay. Appreciate you, my brother. Cho Mary says secret hater. Never heard of this one. Yeah, for real, right? AVL says secret haters. That's female energy, 100%. And you're gonna no shade. I'm no shade, and I'm probably gonna get some haters for this shit, but fuck it. Um, there's a lot of female energy here in Vietnam when it comes to Vietnamese men against a foreign man. A lot of female energy. All right, a lot of secret haters. All right, and you guys know why I'm saying that. And if you don't, it's because there's millions, there's tens and tens of millions of Vietnamese women, and they get mad because you take one. That's female energy to me, man. That's all I got to say. Joe Mary says, KT, great topic. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Cho Mary says, KT, I'll be in Ho Chi Minh in March for my very first time. All right, man. Hit me up, man. Hit me up and let's connect. You can email me and we'll let's talk on the back end, bro. For real. Yeah. All right. AVL says laugh out loud. AVL says good moral character should always be in the forefront when discerning photo walks. I'm in. I don't know what you're trying to say there, bro, but good moral characters should always be at the forefront when you're discerning, for sure, 100%. I definitely understand that. Yeah, dude, a lot of people be trying to scam and fake, just fake, bruh. I don't know, but yeah, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Name 128. 128 Tess. Can you see my message? Okay. Name 128 says, "Hi Kevin, how are you? Good. How are you, brother? Everything's okay? Thanks for the comment, man. Appreciate it. My boy Jay, what's up, man? What's up, brother? Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And I'm looking at your message already. I'm thinking of a time. So hit me up and let me know what you think. God, the basketball people are coming to Vietnam. The basketball people. Who are they? You're turning Vietnam into another Chicago. I'm not from there. Okay. You seem like a troll, and we are going to go bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, and I'm gonna put you on timeout too. Okay, so Super Fat Rock says it's me, Eric from Michigan. What's up, Eric? Oh yeah, what's up, brother? Of course, of course. What's up, bro? All right, cool. So let's keep moving. All right. How to exit. Let's go like this. All right, so how to exit bad expat friendships cleanly. So the 3 exit method. All right. Honestly, it's super easy. I'm not going to go super long about it, but I'm just going to say this. Reduce your time with people. Okay? Reduce it. Just keep it moving, man. Do your thing. When you're in Vietnam, just focus. Just keep focusing on what you're all about, and attracting good energy. You know what I mean? You're gonna have haters like that over here, man. See what I mean? Um, there it is. All right. Just keep moving. Keep your energy. I mean, it's very important that when you are here in Vietnam and you start your journey on expat life, just don't get too excited and carried on and hanging out with just everybody. You gotta vet people, definitely here and anywhere abroad. Vet. Okay. And what I mean by that is just hanging out with them, give them a couple of times to chill, see what they're about. Uh, are they chronically late? Are they not respecting your time? Blah, 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 blah. All right. And then 2, stop sharing your personal details with them straight up. You know, this is what I mean. I share with people who I really respect and love, and and yeah, that's I would hope that that information would never go out to anyone, right? That I wouldn't want it to go out to, and vice versa. People share information with me that I wouldn't necessarily tell anyone, right? I don't tell anyone anything. It comes in here and it stays with me, right? That's the way a friendship should be, a real friendship. All right. And then just replace your time with better routines, straight up. Right. If you don't know how to get away from people, then here's your boundary script. I'm focusing on me right now. Okay. And that's it. I'm not going out much. That's it. Or, I'm not a preponderant. I'm not a person that likes to ghost people. I think ghosting is female energy, straight up. So I grew up in an old school where we called each other and we're like, nah, I'm not gonna be able to make it today, right? Even if it sucks, I would at least like that heads up. That's where I grew up. I grew up in that kind of era in the '90s where we were like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to make it today, and we gave each other 30 minutes, before to call. You know what I mean? Gave that respect, and now it's just like people don't. They just ghost you. It's rude, and I think it's sad, to be honest. So, anyways, yeah, man, just reduce your time and then bounce. But I would also, you don't have to give people any kind of explanation. But if they were someone that truly meant something and then you are a person of character, I would absolutely say, hey man, give them a heads up. And it's like, hey man, I think that we shouldn't blah 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 be friends anymore because of this. Right? If it's something, address it. And then let end it. Just address it. It doesn't matter if people get upset. If you don't care, then just move on. You know what I mean? Just move on. So, anyways, yeah, yeah, man. So now it's your time. If you guys want to come on up to the show, you guys want to, talk with me, share a few stories or anything you guys want to talk about, you're more than welcome to come on to the panel. Let me get this. Let me get this code here for you guys. Go here and bam. If you guys want to come on the show, add a couple of 2 cents to it. Let me remove this. There we go. The link is to come on up is on in the chat. So yeah, I hope you guys learned some stuff here. I would absolutely say that living here, meeting people. I've met a lot more good people here than I've met slime buckets. I've been very lucky on that end, but I also do protect my energy, and that's on purpose. Until I'm not going to give. When I was in my 20s, I gave my energy to everybody. When I was in my 30s, I was like, I'm good. Now I'm in my 40s and I'm like, I don't have to. You know what I mean? No, I really don't have to. So um, I understand it. I understand it. But I love people. But people can be a lot. They can be a lot. So if you guys want to come on up, hit the StreamYard link there. And yeah, let me know. Tell me your worst friend story, in one sentence. All right. Now you can write a book. It's cool. People, you can find a lot of good homies here, man. Like Army Travel right here. Army Travel. Even though we haven't met, and we are meeting tomorrow. Um, And I'm looking forward to that, bro. For real, for real. No bullshit. Finally, we can finally meet straight up. I've been looking forward to meeting you for a while. So, by the way, he says it'll be fun, bro. I was telling Philly about you, and some guys on his chat mentioned you. That's cool. That's dope, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, but yeah, like people like Army Guy Travels, like he definitely is like someone that I would absolutely love to get to know and be friends with, you know. So there are cool people. Again, like-minded people, come together, find your tribe here, and you're gonna have a better experience in Vietnam, straight up. So if you can find a lot of people, like, if you don't drink, find the no drinkers. If you drink, just drink within reason and be cool. That's it. Simple as that. So yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Army guy. Love you, bro. AVL 69 says communication is the highest level of respect. 100%. 100%. And that's why I'm big on it. Like I'll absolutely tell you something. It's not beneath me, and I just never understand why people, uh, why they ghost people. It's weird. It's just weirdo behavior. So, anyways, yeah, I mean that's it, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me though, but again, um, real friends, man. Real friends. AVL, thank you, man. Appreciate the comment. Um, Real friends. You can find them in Vietnam, man. It takes time. It takes time, takes effort. Um, Even though you're not at home, you're not in your own country, excuse me, you still have to work at and water the grass, man. Water your friendships. Seriously. And they'll take care of you here, man. Yes, post COVID, I've been probably a terrible friend, like hanging out and stuff, but shit, nigga got locked down, you know what I'm saying? So shit, my focus has definitely changed from being a single guy to, now, a fiance, so future soon to be husband. So yeah, man, looking forward to the new journey. And I'm understanding, I'm in that transition as well of, being going out, being a single man to transitioning into like marriage, man. So yeah, this is big times for me as well, so yeah, all my friends out there, if you guys see this, I love you. I still think about you all the time. You got to come to Vietnam. Anyways, guys, I'm out, man. I'm going to hang out with my lady. See, that's what I do, man. The smart ones do that, and the smart ones do. They get stable. They get stable as fast as they can. Get a stable woman. Get a stable place. Get a stable job if you need, or if you need if you're just financially okay, then get a business and get stable, because that's what's gonna make you look and become more valuable in the eyes of the Vietnamese women, one, and the friends, the acquaintances, but you know, your real friends, right? I see another comment from ABL says, appreciate that. Anytime. Building a community is very important when living abroad. I lived in the Philippines and it was a struggle. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's part of what this, what my channel is about is. I want a group of men, a community of men to come together. Doesn't matter where we come from. If we all can come together. I'm a chill dude. I'm pretty easygoing. I want that kind of people in my life. High strung people are cool, but it's just different energy for me. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I'm all about go getters and people, hustling. But I'm hustling different. I'm hustling different now. I'm about to get married. Dog. Soon to be a kid too. But we're not pregnant yet. I'm not announcing nothing. Appreciate it, man. Cho Mary says, KT, sometimes you put effort and the friends move abroad as many people move around a lot in Asia due to these reasons. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's true. It's totally true. Um, Again, it's temporary sometimes. Like it sucks, man, when you come in and you really like people and you really just you guys have been out together, you've done, what I'm saying, where I'm going with this. I can't say it on YouTube, but when you've done dirt with each other and then they leave, because for whatever reason, and then you got to start again, and then it kind of sucks, man. That's kind of what happened to me, and a lot of people that have been here long term is a lot of their friends left, like for real, like the friends from like 4 years ago, they're gone, bruh. There's nobody else. There's nobody here. They all went back home. They did whatever. They quit their jobs and then they just left. Eric, I see you. I'm gonna come get you in 1 minute, Eric. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's what happens. You just get a new crop of people every year, every 6 months. And as an expat, it's kind of difficult, man. It really is kind of difficult because that's just what happens. It's not any fault of your own. But here, let me bring you up, Eric. Give me a minute. Yeah, but yeah, Chomeri, I definitely appreciate that, man, because I see it. I definitely see it, man. Appreciate it. AVL says same. Appreciate you, bro. AVL, I have experienced brothers not speaking in Thailand. It was very disappointing. Yeah. Yeah, get it, man. Get it. Eric, I'm coming to you now, brother. What's up, Eric? You with me? Eric, you there? I
Here.
think you might be with me.
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Okay. What's up, bro?
Hey, man. Just want to say hello to you, man.
Yes,
Here.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm here.
You doing all right?
I am doing all right, man. Just want to say hello to you, man.
What you doing? You're mute in the background if you can, and turn it down a little bit.
Oh, turn it down a little bit.
Yeah,
I got you.
because it's kind of echoing right now. So what's
Yeah,
going
I
on,
was
man?
just, man. I just see you up tonight, man. I'm sitting at home and just chilling, man. And just a good topic, man. It's a good topic to talk about, man. Having just trying to meet the right people out there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, what's your experience been with meeting people abroad?
Well, the few places I've been, I mean, I met people from groups and referrals from other travelers. So
Hmm.
I mean, I got a couple guys in Colombia that I'm pretty cool with. They're native Colombians. They speak English and Spanish, so they're cool guys.
Okay.
Um, then I got a guy. Actually, I got a guy in Panama actually met him met on the street one night, and he's from Haiti, but we still talk to this day. It's been about we got about 6 years in, you
Oh,
know.
really?
Yeah, nice guy, real cool guy. You know, he like a son to me. Whenever I go there, he's like, "Hey, my place is yours." So that's a cool person right there. So, but
100%.
I know it's so different out there, man. And you know, with the influx of people going to like Southeast Asia, especially like Philippines, Thailand, and now Vietnam. You don't put Vietnam on the map, man. I mean, everybody making an exodus to Vietnam, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
mean, it's crazy because it's crazy to see the amount of people. But again, it's going to be in 6 months. It's going to be a new crop and a new crop and a new crop. So Vietnam is on this like trajectory, and it's kind of weird because
Hmm.
again, it, you're not necessarily going to have a bunch of real friends. Some of them,
Exactly.
some might, maybe one or two might come out
Right.
at that, but they're not going to be here long enough in order to nurture that.
Right. Yeah. You just it's like you're on a trip and you know, you might be there permanent, they might be back and forth, or you know, this they may find another destination. Hey, you know, we're mostly geared towards Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines, but eventually maybe people start going to Hong Kong and you know, Cambodia. Seems like
Yeah,
Cambodia is not far away, you know, as far as you know, opening up, you know, to a lot of travelers or whatever. So you know, seems like Cambodia is a nice place too. So you know, that might
yeah, no,
open up. Yeah,
100%. I mean, I totally agree. I think Southeast Asia is on its way up, and I
yeah,
think a few countries are. If Vietnam can really come up like they say it is, I think Cambodia is going to be the little brother, little sister to that. But I
yeah.
think Thailand's always going to be Thailand. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Thailand has been open for years. Thailand and Philippines has been the spots for years. So I think every first traveler when they go to Asia is going to be Thailand or the Philippines.
100%, one
You
hundred
know,
percent. Well, we're hoping that becomes Vietnam.
yeah, that'd be cool too. So yeah.
That'll
Do,
be great.
now, do you think Vietnam may have to, you know, improve on their infrastructure a little bit? Like you think the infrastructure, you think Thailand's infrastructure is a little better than Vietnam? Do you think that or
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
One, yes, they we need a total, revamp, like just like a scrub,
yeah,
I'm not talking about a whole redo. I'm just talking about just a scrub, clean up the streets, make the streets nicer, expand some streets. They're doing it. They're literally doing it here.
yeah,
Um, Two, yes, Thailand's infrastructure is way better than Vietnam's for sure.
right, yeah.
In
Because when I
in in
see
certain in
sometimes when I
certain
look
areas.
right, because like what I see sometimes when I know people love to show apartments out there in Vietnam, but what I see a lot of it in Vietnam is like the apartments they're bigger and you get more for your buck out there, but you know you see some places they have a lot of mold out there, and you
Yeah,
know that scare people away, especially us Americans. You know, I mean, but you know
yeah.
that you know. So, and I think there was another city they said it has a lot of pollution or whatever, a lot of smog or whatever. I forgot what city that was in Vietnam. Not the name, but the other spot, not Saigon. I can't think
Hanoi,
of it. Is it Ho Chi Minh City? They say it's a lot of pollution or whatever, air pollution or whatever.
Hanoi.
Hanoi. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of Vietnam, the north has a lot of that air pollution.
Yeah.
Vietnam in general has air pollution in general. Da Nang doesn't necessarily have too much of it. It does still exist. It does still have some, but it's only a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but I'll say Ho Chi Minh has a lot less than what Hanoi does. Hanoi
Oh,
is
okay.
terrible. Like it's just terrible.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's a
hi. We
damn
got
shame, to be honest.
right. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, man. But you know, this is actually a good topic because we don't want to run into some. you know, some of the people we've been hearing about, you know, some of the brothers been, you know, that been, you know, everybody ain't equipped to go overseas, man. They just don't have that mentality, man. They really don't. You don't want to meet another Jay, whatever his name is, you know, or you know, just
Jay
you know,
Rillo.
yeah. And you know, the thing is, people, you know, it's unfortunate. Like, I don't think it would be as bad maybe 15 or 20 years ago. If you can, like what I'm saying, KT, where a lot of people today, they'll just uproot and go there with no plan.
Yeah.
Where maybe, you know, I mean, would love to. I mean, if I go there, I want to have a backup in case. You know, some people just take a flight over there and don't know when they next, you know, where their next pay is coming from or how they're gonna pay their rent. And they, you know, I mean, it's relatively cheap over there. I mean, you know, which is great. But some people you're hearing about people and they get stuck over there or they get stuck over here. You know what I mean? Then they're on YouTube bagging or got to go for me to get back home. You know, and it's like, come on, man, really? You know, like,
Yeah.
nah, I can understand if you get rolled on, like, you know, you in Colombia, you got rolled on, and they just, you know, they don't took you for the computer, the laptop, the passport, the wallet, the credit cards. But I don't understand why people, when they go over to trips like that, why are they bringing their, you know, that like the credit cards? You know what I'm saying? When I go to Colombia or any of these little places, I'm just taking a debit card, man. And if you know, I got a couple of institutes that, hey, if you lose it, they get your card back and they get the money back off of it. And I know. What is this one I have? Fidelity. I mean, if they see too many transactions, they're gonna put a freeze on it anyway. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like, hold on, this ain't his spending pattern, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's you be I talked to, obviously I talked to behind the scenes. Um, I talked to a ton of guys. This is why I exist. This is why I have relocation services, is
Right,
because there's a ton of people who don't know what they're doing. They come
right.
here, they act like it's Mexico, especially the Americans. They act
Yeah,
like it's Mexico because it's easy to travel down there, which they don't realize that Mexico is one of the most dangerous places in the world. Some parts of
exactly.
it, and they come here, and Vietnam is some of the most. There's some areas that are not so safe.
So
You
safe,
know,
right,
you just got to be careful, you know? And
right.
so, but then again, they always come here, and then I always hear it. They're like, I'm here already, and I just don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I get a ton of,
I know as soon as I get there.
yeah, 100%,
I want to try the food first. That's what I want to do first.
100%.
But you know, yeah, and you know the thing is too. What I say is to people, like, you know, I'm not far from the hood. I may have to drive through it sometimes in my city. You know, I'm in a pretty decent neighborhood, but I'm not going somewhere. I'm not going somewhere way across country to go to their hood. You know, it just ain't happening. You know, it is not happening. You know,
100%.
and especially in the Latin countries, they're more not playing.
Yeah,
Colombia is no joke. You know, and
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I look at it.
Go
If
ahead,
I
go
can
ahead.
afford to go somewhere and my American dollar goes much further, man, at this point in age, I want to be in the best area. I ain't even trying to see nobody's hood in another country. You know what I'm saying?
I'm already on. Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, luckily Vietnam doesn't. If you're gonna, it's everywhere. Bad
right.
areas are everywhere in Vietnam, in Southeast
Yeah.
Asia in general. But it's usually away from us foreigners, though. Unless you
Right.
get caught up in that life, it's usually away from us. And that's the cool thing I like about Vietnam, is it's safe here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This point in the game, I'm all about safe. I'm
Yeah,
not like
no
I
doubt.
said.
Yeah, no
I ain't
doubt.
even-
Yeah,
like I say, I ain't even trying to be in nobody else's hood. I don't know your lingo. I don't know how you do it. I'm not even trying to be in the hood in America because the younger people are so different today. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
100%.
so why would I try to be with, you know, in some other area, you know, where I know you stand out like a sore thumb, you know,
Man,
and you know, hey man, they getting the plotting, and you don't know what the hell they saying. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
then
So,
that's that, and that's the thing is, you really understand the language barrier once you get into a conflict with them, and then you see them all come around you, and you're like, ah, shit, you know what I
right,
mean?
right, exactly
Right.
right.
Where
And
my
they,
friends at? That's when
right,
you're looking for, like, where the real friends at, you know?
yeah. And you know, I could be honest with you, man. The ideal friend would be like a Vietnamese expat that was raised in America, but still know the language. Seriously,
Mhm,
and I mean,
mhm.
although I would like to know the language, the basics, but you know, that would be a good friend too. It doesn't matter with me because once I get out of here, you know, hey, it could be, of course, it could be you, it could be white, anybody. I don't care if you're from Australia. I don't care if you're from Africa. Hey, if you're a friend, you're a friend. You know.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
but yeah,
Yeah,
man, that's a very good topic though to
man, I
discuss,
appreciate
man.
you, man. I appreciate you, Eric.
Yeah, man. I hope I can get down here in 26, man. Get down in Vietnam, man, and.
I'm waiting, bro.
You know,
You know,
but you know the crazy part though, KT. About a month ago, my 70-year-old brother called me. He wants to go to the Philippines.
okay.
He turned 70 last summer. He's like, well, man, what's going on with the Filipino ladies? I was like, man, the Philippines is nice. I said, but while you over there, you might as well hit the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. He's got this thing about Vietnam. He almost got drafted into Vietnam.
Nah, hell no. Hey, tell him.
I said,
Hey,
man,
tell him.
this is all different now, bro. He was like, man, I thought they were gonna call me. He said he thought they were gonna call him as soon as he got out of high school. You know, he's 70, so you know he's kind of like getting out of high school when it was all ending, and it was like he's like, I thought I was gonna have to go over there one time. He thought he was gonna get called. I was like, man, please. But yeah, I told him, I said, man, once you over there, you got to visit every
Yeah,
place. You know, why you
yeah,
over there? What's the system take on a 20 some plus hour flight? I mean, I want to see when I get over there. I want to see Vietnam, China, Thailand. I
yeah,
want to hit at least 3 or 4 countries while I'm over there. But you know,
yeah.
you
No,
do
that
have access.
100%. I mean, and that's the cool thing about Vietnam as well is it's just situated. Just, I mean, I'm literally like an hour, 2.5 hours less than away from Cambodia.
Right. Okay.
Straight
Now,
up,
is that the
four,
closest
four
country?
hours, 4 hours from. That's the closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, 4 hours to Phnom Penh, and then I'm in the capital of Cambodia. 4 hours
Oh,
from here.
okay. So
Max.
that's the next
No,
closest
I'll
country?
say 6 hours. Sorry, 6 hours away
Six.
from
Okay.
Ho Chi Minh City all the way to Phnom Penh. It's about
Mm-hmm.
6 hours. 6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah,
That's
no, I mean, and just that's why I like Europe too, because you could just hop to like 20 different
trains.
countries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
So what else is close there? Because isn't in Thailand pretty close, and
Yeah,
is
so Thailand's only
Cambodia?
an hour flight. Thailand's an hour flight from Ho Chi Minh City. I did it. Then Laos is like right above Cambodia. But
Okay.
it does border Vietnam. So if you're in the north, or if you go to Da Nang and you do a border run, you're gonna go to Laos because
Oh, okay.
that's closer, and that's gonna be probably like 6.5 hour drive, I believe, maybe seven
Okay.
hour drive
Yeah.
from Da Nang to Laos border.
So,
China's at the very top. I've
mhm.
been to the border of China. It's amazing. It's amazing. Um, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
I would love to get to China and check out that technology they got going on over there, man. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm definitely gonna try to get over to China in 2026 because
yeah,
it's just right there. So might as well
right.
just go and take a look at
Mm.
it. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Eric, I'm
Yeah.
out though, man. I gotta go eat, man. I'm hungry.
All right, man. Hey,
Love, man. Much
don't
love to
let
you.
your stomach wait on you now. Come on, it's good.
Hey, this stomach needs to eat itself a little bit, you know.
Right. All right, man. It was good talking with you, man.
Hey,
And
man,
hopefully I
appreciate
can
you
get
coming
down there
on.
in 26. But I usually tuned in every Friday night with you. So hopefully I can
Sweet.
get down there pretty soon. So
Man,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
mad love to you, man. Appreciate
For
you.
sure, man. Appreciate you. All right. Well, you have a
And
good enjoy the rest of your day, man.
sir, brother, yes, sir. I appreciate that, Eric, man. You amazing, Doug. So, all right, guys. So I appreciate you guys rocking with me, man. We've been on here for 2 hours. That's crazy. Um, again, like the stream on your way out and go check out my new video. I just dropped it. YouTube doesn't like to show you guys, but I just dropped a new apartment video. I'm almost done with the edit with my home search. So yeah, you guys should, our new house, this thing right here, this thing we're living in right now. Yeah, that video is coming out. So it's gonna come out in maybe 2 days, a day, maybe one day. I don't know. But yeah, appreciate you guys rocking with me, man. Much love to you guys. Seriously, thank you guys. Um, have a good Friday, Saturday, and have a good weekend. Ciao.